Few seconds for you to get behind the camera. We got to get everything all sorted out here.
I'm not sitting in your lap.
All right. So I think we're just about ready to get started. Everything. Here we go. I got to make my screen bigger so I can see everything. Okay. Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. In 5, 4, 3. Hey everybody, this is Matt, and we're at Texas Toast Guitars. This is Sunday. It's time for a live stream that we do every Sunday on Sunday at 5 o'clock Mountain Time. I am your host, the long hair extraordinaire, Matt Flaherty, and to my left, your right, is the Dark Knight of Coors Light, Chris Fesker. That's his new name. He didn't know I was going to call him that. Mrs. Toast is behind the microphone working the boards, and I even have a computer now to so I can see some of the things that you guys are writing. But you know that I try to focus out there. And so if I have to go like this all the time to see the comments, I'll get it wrong. But
well, I think it's good for you to at least have a gist of how
yeah,
the conversation's percolating.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true. That's true.
All these comments, blah blah blah. But yeah,
totally.
Like, who knows what? I don't know.
So, Chris, how are you? What do you think of your new nickname?
I think I might want to be the White Knight of Coors
Okay,
Light.
you can be whatever you want. The Knight of Coors Light. Yeah. Yeah, that's. But I thought kind of a Batman thing.
Oh, absolutely.
That was
yeah,
cool.
I like it either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna try and appropriate the Ayatollah of Jack and Cola, but that's already another guy. So.
Oh, okay.
But we could still do that.
Yeah, and I don't. It's not usually my
not,
drink of choice.
No,
on
it's
Sunday.
usually not.
Yeah.
So everybody, I hope that you guys have all cool new nicknames and you're digging them and you're having a great weekend. And looking forward to having a great week coming up. A lot of people have tomorrow off. I think in Canada it's Thanksgiving in Canada.
I think it is.
And in the United States, it's whatever we're calling it these days. But I think there's a lot of things that are closed. So, yes, ma'am. What are you going? Now I can see when someone says beer money. Thank you, Pete. You're absolutely right.
And we can use it.
That's right. But guys, we have a bunch of great stuff to talk about this week. So I'm going to look at the board. I wrote some notes up there. One of the things that I was very excited to do this week was our very first live guitar question and answer thing. What did you think of that? I had fun on that.
It was good.
It went fast.
Yeah, it went really fast. It was really good. I was really happy with the number of people that watched, and the questions were good.
Yeah.
And the answers were fantastic.
Super awesome.
I mean, yeah, you couldn't really ask for better answers.
If you guys are into building or repairing or really anything from what you say, wood selection
from wood selection to string selection and everything in between.
Yeah, so if you're into that stuff, Chris and I will be hosting Thursday night at the same time as our Sunday night thing, 5 o'clock Mountain Time. Thursday night, we're going to be doing guitar building and repair question and answer, where we take all your questions and try to answer them to the best of our ability and in the highest level of description that we can possibly do. So, so we're not going to talk about like pedals and stuff like that. That's, there's lots of guys who do that. Phil McKnight is great for that. You can see, or if you want to see like, what do they think about? Yeah, okay, if you want to ask about building and repairing, check us out on Thursday nights. It's going to be lots of fun.
I'm making a face. Can you see?
Who's making a face?
I'm making a face.
Okay, what's up?
Chris Bull says, you guys answered the shit out of those questions.
we made those questions
really
our bitches.
Yeah. It was
That's
quite remarkable just how well we answered everything. Yeah, I was impressed.
Oh, Doug says he has meetings on Thursday nights. He can't do it. Oh, that sucks, Doug. I'm sorry.
You should get a new job.
Yeah.
No, well, fortunately, Doug, all of the live things are available late, so you can listen to them on your way home from the meeting. You can.
Yeah.
Well,
I think Doug knows all the answers too. So
he probably does. We are going to also start. I've been toying around with the idea of turning the Thursday live Q&A into an actual podcast. And I've got some podcast things. It costs a little bit of money, but it's, I think what I'm going to do is save up a couple of them and just have them go out as podcasts so you can listen to them when you're supposed to be doing your day job.
We actually had a guy come by today that was talking about something similar to that.
That's right.
And
So Walt and his mom Cindy came by and picked up his guitar. He had
Yep.
the Daphne Blue Daily Driver, and it was great to see them. And he was telling us that he listens to the live things just in in ear while
when
he's driving.
driving his truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Chris and Renee came by last night. That was
Yep.
fun.
That is always fun.
They're cool because we always get drunk with them, and they always come on Saturday, and they always come late in the afternoon. So it's it's a free for all.
Yeah.
PJ from Habitude Guitars in New Mexico stopped by, and his dog Ringo. That was fun. And last but certainly not least, my Uncle Larry, immortalized in the song Uncle Larry's Corvette, the Hawk Attack classic, came by and bought us lunch this week. That was awesome. We don't get to see Uncle Larry very often, but
No.
yeah.
And once again, proving that all uncles have a mustache.
That's right. And all Corvette guys have a mustache.
All Corvette
And
guys
Dad was
have
starting
a
to get a
mustache.
mustache.
That's
too.
right. My dad was starting to grow. I've never seen my dad with a mustache, but all of my dad's brothers have always had mustaches.
Including
so.
Uncle Larry.
Yep. So that's why I'm rocking the mustache
And
again.
so Matt posted that on the Little Flaherty
Yes,
page,
I did.
And he said, well, I had a mustache for a little while, but my students called me Freddie Prinze.
Yeah, that was in the 70s when,
Yeah, and
Freddie
so we
Prinze,
shaved
he
it.
only lived to be 22,
Yeah,
right?
he died early.
Died early. Okay, so guys, if you want
Chico
to...
and the Man, culturally outdated.
Chico and the Man,
We did it
totally
right off.
culturally
Nice.
outdated material. So if you guys want to stop by the shop, you need to make an appointment to do that, and you need to buy us lunch and or beer.
And have a mustache.
That's right.
Unless your name is Cindy or Renee.
That's right. We did a cool reveal on Friday, and the guitars are they're wildly cool. In fact, Chris, you want to show this one off here while we're talking about it? And the reason I want to bring this one up, this is the only one left. The single coil pickup guitar sold right away because I've got these on super duper sale. 1,500 shipped with a case in the continental United States. Tomorrow morning, the first thing I'm doing tomorrow morning is I'm raising the price on these to $17.99. So if you want a really good deal on this guitar, you can still buy it. It's up on the website right now, TexasToastGuitars.com under available guitars. You can buy it right now, and I'll ship it out this week. So cases are on the way. So if anyone's interested, please let me know. All right, can we scooch it? Scooch May?
Scooch it this way.
No, don't scooch it that
There we
way.
go.
It's people
Watch
know.
out, you gotta
Oh
let
yeah,
go.
people know how rad it is, and it'll probably make an appearance later on today in the
There,
show.
we'll do like that.
Okay, and finally, another cool thing that was going on this week was made a little more progress on the What Would Leo Fender Do Challenger. And there's going to be more videos on that coming this week, probably Monday or Tuesday. Probably not Monday because that's tomorrow. But probably Tuesday, I guess so Tuesday or Wednesday, I'll have a video, a What Would Leo Fender Do video. And then we'll wrap that up with a reveal for that one. So that'll be cool. What else? So we've got a lot of things to talk about. We're going to get to the Eddie Van Halen tribute guitar, and I know I'm already seeing some things here, so I want to, but hold all your EVH stuff for just a little bit longer. We've been getting a lot of people that say that our Challenger model is exactly like a Telecaster. One guy said, people ask all the time, like, do you have any models that you guys made that are
Yeah,
your own
design.
design? Well, yeah, we have the Challenger. And then Mike, stand by. Mike, I see your EVH paint job on the Challenger would be awesome tribute and in no way be inappropriate. That's what I need to know. Thank you very much, Mike. We're going to get to all that because I've got a lot of talking points on the EVH tribute possibility. And I want to see what you guys have to say about that. But so people are like, well, do you have your own model? Well, yeah, we do. And why do you only make Telecasters, and why do you only make stuff from 1953? And our Challenger shape, frankly, I'm amazed this one is still here.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chris, I don't.
That's
You
okay.
should move that beer.
I should move the beer. Yeah.
Here, let's do this.
You got an idea of okay. So
now it shows up a little better. It just looked because it's black.
yeah, oh yeah, so it's shiny. So a lot of people think that this is basically a Telecaster, and it is nothing could be. I mean, it's made out of wood. It's got 6 strings, and it's a single cutaway.
And you can play guitar.
Yeah, but that's kind of
play guitar.
where the similarities end. So our Challenger model, the standard is a maple top, and then you want to with a black poison wood fretboard. You want to rotate there, and then either a mahogany back and either a mahogany or maple neck. That's kind of the standard thing. They usually have 2 humbucking pickups, and this bridge that I designed with the help of a machinist, and I have a few more of them, and once they're gone forever. I will not make any more. They also have a 3 on a side headstock. Can we get that in the picture?
I love that headstock.
This is a headstock that Mrs. Toast and I actually designed together, and yeah, it's super, super awesome. So yeah, this is our Challenger. Now hold it back up again, Chris, and I want you guys to see the difference between the Challenger and a Telecaster. So yeah, they're kind of similar, I guess, but for the most part, they're wildly, wildly different. And by the way, for everyone who thinks this is a lot like a Les Paul, you're only half right. It's a lot like a Les Paul Jr., but yeah, that's kind of where that ends too. So yeah, the Texas Toast Daily Driver, our version of the Telly, is really nothing like the Challenger shape. And if you can't quite get that through your head, then maybe there's only one guitar for you, and that's the Telecaster. That's not bad. Yeah.
Here, you hold that.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll get this one back out.
Oh yeah.
Even when we change it up a little bit and make it a little more Fendery, it's still not very Fendery.
So yeah, this has a bolt-on neck with a Fender style heel.
Yeah, people are really digging the Challenger, and they're like, it doesn't look really anything like a Telecaster, like
it's a classically
there's only so many guitar
instrument.
shapes that you can make.
Yeah. It doesn't look
playable.
like it's not pointy or anything. It's just kind of a classic looking. I wanted this guitar to be familiar to people, but I'm a little disappointed that everyone thinks it's just a Telecaster knockoff. So anyway, but
most double humbucker guitars are, man.
Most double humbucker 24 and 3/4 inch scale guitars are.
With a 3-way toggle.
Yep.
And a volume tone.
A toggle up here, yeah.
Total Fender ripoff.
Yes, Carrie.
So this is funny because someone said the white one, or cream, looks less horny. But I think it's only because that's outlined, and that's just a...
Yeah, it could very
They're
well
actually
be.
the exact same cut.
They are.
It's
They
just
are
the binding and
identical body shapes in every way. That's right.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Challenger is one of my favorite things, and this has been in my basement for a long time. It's even got some basement dust on it. We took this to the 2019 Summer NAMM show, and it's been sitting ever since then. So maybe we need to do another reveal on this guitar because it's wildly cool. It's got it's a natural burst back, and I'm gonna see the neck even has a burst with a very awesome gloss black top. So super, super cool. This one's available on the website too. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I was seeing if you could see me in the reflection of the...
Oh, so anyway, guys, that's the difference between, put it back in the stand here. So those are the differences between the Telecaster and the Challenger. So we don't need to worry about that. Ed B&, Blues, it does look like a Challenger. You're right, sir. And Red Clover Guitars, your Challenger is hanging right over there. It's buffed, buffed.
It's being buffed. It's
okay.
Closer and closer.
Yeah.
It's closer than further. It's almost a guitar.
What's cooler than a double neck Challenger?
A triple neck Challenger.
And there's only one of those.
That's
so
correct.
Far. And it's
and
in
it's
Australia
down under.
now.
Yeah, and there's only
we have
so
Australia
many
in
double
the room
neck
too.
Challengers floating around too.
We do have a handful
of
those.
But only a handful.
Okay, so we're 15 minutes in, and I've already told you guys about all this stuff. And now let's jump right into the another Challenger themed topic.
Yeah, okay.
And that is the potential for an Eddie Van Halen tribute guitar unless you, okay, spoiler alert, if you don't know,
Spoiler alert.
yeah, if you're only link to the outside world is this podcast, I've got some really bad news for you. This week, Eddie Van Halen passed away, and that's a total bummer, and everybody knows that. But you know, there's been a lot of talk about we've kind of steered away, we've shied away from talking about the Eddie Van Halen thing.
A little bit.
Mostly because, thank you, Carl. The Challenger
I wanna
does
tell-
rock.
Yeah, Challengers rock, and here's for the BEERUN beer run.
So we have kind of steered away from the Eddie Van Halen topic, and I don't really know why, but I think we don't really know. I as a guitar builder, I never met Eddie Van Halen. Eddie Van Halen was totally cool, but everyone who's heard me play knows that obviously I was not influenced by him because I suck so much.
I think one of the things that we didn't want to do is be like a lot of other people who sort of jump on the bandwagon, the death bandwagon, and try and promote yourself through somebody else's death.
Now, let's be very clear on that. I think because sometimes that does come off as tacky.
Well, especially when it's minutes after.
Yeah.
You know?
And usually it manifests itself as,
Hey,
hey,
here's me
someone
with-
died. Here's a picture of me with that person. And okay.
And we did this, and he told me this.
But-
Or here's a picture, or here's a video of me playing
Sure, yeah, me
Eruption
playing, yeah.
poorly.
But I don't think that. But like, if you are a content creator, or if you love Van Halen and you want to make one of those guitars and you want to make a video about it, more power. I don't think that's tacky. But what I don't want to have happen is I don't want to build a guitar that people think is a tacky reproduction of something just to like, yeah, make to try and draw attention to me because someone died. I don't want it to come off like that. And I don't think that that's what people on YouTube are doing. Like Philip McKnight's building a cool EVH Strat, and some other people are building cool EVH Super Strats. I don't think
well,
it's
I think
tacky.
they're feeling
But
inspired now about,
sure,
right.
yeah, exactly. Or
Nothing
like
wrong with it.
kids
You just
go
feel-
out and
yeah.
I guess like some Van Halen albums are back on the charts now because record sales are.
Yeah,
you know,
and I think
that's cool.
sometimes unfortunately, it takes something bad to happen to get people reinvigorated about stuff.
Sure.
You know?
Sure.
And, yeah, I was bummed when I found out that he died.
Yeah.
You know? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know quite why I was as bummed as I was. I mean, I know people die, and I know he's been sick for a long time.
Was he
still
sick
kind of
for a while?
Yeah, he'd
Okay.
been battling
Yeah,
cancer
he's
for like
been-
10 years.
And in
But-
this whole year, he's been battling
Probably,
pretty
yeah.
hard, actually.
But man, we talk a lot about how radio can burn you out of bands.
Yeah.
With Van Halen, I burned myself out of him. I played so much Van Halen for
yeah.
so long.
Yeah.
And then at some point I just went, oh, I gotta listen to something else. But I loved Van Halen for about forever.
I think every
You know?
kid could at
Most,
least go,
yeah,
oh man,
yeah.
it's so badass.
Yeah, and and it wasn't because I wanted to play like Eddie Van Halen. It was because I liked the band. I liked.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure
Okay.
what's going on here, guys,
All right,
but
we'll try it and see. Unplugged my one.
I don't know if there's just too
Let's
much.
see.
I think something's.
There we go.
I'm not sure what's going on here, guys. I'm
That
sorry
was a huge
that
gust
this
of-
is happening, but it's very, very windy. We've got some new gear. We're gonna ride this
It
out
did
as long
again.
as we can, and we're gonna take your questions for as long as we can.
I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
I don't think we are. No.
Maybe we're good again.
Well-
let's hope.
So I turned off my nope. Are we still going? No, I don't.
No. Yeah, we are.
We are.
Yeah.
Everything's just kind of weird here.
It's every time that wind gusts up,
Yeah.
something weird's happening.
Well, I'm going to keep talking like we're still going, guys, because there's a lot of cool stuff to talk about. It's the camera's doing this weird thing where it's trying to tell me it's not. Man. Well, we might have to punt on this one.
Well, let's see if we can.
This happened before when the winds were really bad. What the hell happened?
I'm not
Isn't
sure.
it like
Yeah.
bouncing
It's going
up to
again.
Outer space
going
and
again.
coming back
Yeah,
down?
we're going
How's
again.
That,
It's just really slow.
how's
Okay.
that affected by the wind?
Okay. Let's try this again, guys. If you're tuned in, I'm so sorry that this is happening. I don't know what's going on. It's live TV. We're working without a net here. So we've covered all the whole Challenger thing. We've covered the this week's worth of fun stuff, and now we're talking about Eddie Van Halen and the his passing and how much of a bummer that was, and whether or not it would be a cool thing for us to have an Eddie Van Halen inspired tribute guitar, and we don't want it to be a tacky thing. We want it to be something that's cool and a genuine tribute, not something that's so I want to know what you guys have to say about that. I also don't want to wait too long to do it. It's kind of like if you wait too long, then it's like if Christy Brinkley decided I'm gonna all of a sudden start posing nude. I mean, people still want to see it, but where were you 35 years ago? That would have really helped me out. So yeah, I wanted to I want it to be timely, and I want it to be cool, and I want to know what you guys think about whether or not us doing a what would Eddie Van Halen do Texas Toast guitar would be a cool thing or not. So what do you think, Chris?
I think it would be a fun project.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want people to think that we're just jumping on the Eddie Van Halen bandwagon.
This is not like a new idea for you guys
No.
to do a what would so-and-so do
What would
in
so
my
and so
shop.
do? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's true. However, the people that we've done what would so and so do guitars,
Have been historic
yeah, well, of course, and
pioneers.
Eddie Van Halen is wildly historic. So yeah,
pioneers in guitar building, but this is
Yeah.
a pioneer in guitar playing.
well, but on the other hand, Eddie Van Halen was also a pioneer of guitar, modification and building, and he had those
yeah, that's right.
those EVH Wolfgang guitars were nothing really like his Super Strats that he played in the 80s. So yeah, I mean, so in a lot of ways he was a designer, builder, tinkerer, seeker, and I think that's cool. So so I would like to know what you guys think, and I'll try to look at my computer here again, because I can't tell if it's my computer that's slowing down the
I don't think
operation.
it is because it dropped out so many times.
Yeah, that's
before.
true. That's true.
So. Yeah.
So one thing I would like you guys to do though is send me, if you can't, comment here, or even if you do, send me your comments and your ideas. Send me an email. Everyone who's got ideas about the Texas Toast What Would Eddie Van Halen Do guitar, we're going to talk about it for the next half hour, but I want you guys to send me an email so I have this stuff written down. I don't have to remember it. Go to my website and send me an email through the website, and I want you to flood my inbox tomorrow with awesome ideas about whether or not you think we ought to do an Eddie Van Halen tribute model, and if you think we ought to, what do you think it ought to be? So yeah, what do you think it ought to be, Chris? If we decide to do it,
I don't know yet.
I'm gonna get the computer fired up again.
I don't know. The Eddie Van Halen, it's always the Frankenstrat. That's what everybody thinks of when they think of Eddie Van Halen guitars. And
Yeah.
to me, I mean, all the EVH and the Ernie Ball and the PV Wolfgangs and all that, even though they were Eddie guitars, it was like they didn't really seem like Eddie guitars to me.
Well,
The
yeah,
things
because
that seem like Eddie guitars to me are Super Strats with stripes.
so
But
iconic. Yeah,
I kind of don't want to just do that.
Challenger striped in black, using gloss, semi-gloss, and flat blocks for the stripe. Electric
That'd
Sex
be cool.
Machine says that it's the ghost of Eddie Van Halen messing with the
Could be.
the thing. So,
There was one above that too.
oh, was there? Okay.
Yeah, Eddie BM Blues. An ivory white Challenger with Mike Learn black EVH tribute black striping. Birds
I always
eye
liked,
maple,
yeah, I always
black
liked the
white.
white and black one that he did. I like
Yeah.
the
Well, the white and black one became the red, white, and black one.
yeah, but and then the black and yellow one was cool looking.
And that one is buried with Dimebag Darrell,
Dimebag,
right?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. It might be kind of fun to try and do something in wood tones. In wood tone stripes. Somebody was talking about,
That's
that, and I
intriguing.
thought, well, that sounds more like a Tamar Hannah kind of project. But then I started thinking, well, but you could do it with candy.
Candy colors? That'd
wood
be neat.
tones.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
might be kind of fun.
I can't figure out what well, it's got to have a Floyd.
Yeah.
It's got to have a Floyd. And what do you think about doing a Challenger with the red, white, and black stuff?
Well, it might be kind of cool. It has to be. Part of the problem with a lot of this stuff is, I think sometimes you can like hint at Eddie Van Halen, and it just kind of loses something, and it just looks like a cheap knockoff. And you gotta be careful that it doesn't look too modern. That guitar never looked. It always looked kind of vintage.
Okay.
I think when that guitar was brand new, it looked beat up.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
Well, I don't think it ever had like a super high-tech finish.
No, we know that it didn't have that.
And someone's going to say it had Schwinn bicycle
Schwinn
paint.
bicycle paint. Yeah, I've used Schwinn bicycle paint before. I used to be able to buy cans of every color every year from Schwinn, and you get like 24 cans of paint.
Do you think someone's on eBay right now selling like vintage cans of
Because
Schwinn
I tried to
bicycle
sell,
paint?
I tried to sell some vintage cans of Schwinn paint a long time ago. It was, you know what it was?
What? Nitro.
It was made of nitro.
That's right. That's right.
I think it wasn't actually. It said acrylic lacquer.
Oh,
on the
okay.
can,
Yeah. So, what do you guys think it should be? What do you? I love the idea of doing a Challenger that's got some Eddie Van Halen inspired pieces. Have we ever done a Challenger with a Floyd?
No, we've
I
done a
don't think we
Challenger
have.
with a Strat trim, but
Yep.
never a Floyd.
Never
real
a Floyd. Yeah, which might
Yeah.
be intriguing.
Uh-huh.
I like the idea of a set maple neck, basswood with a maple top body because I think that's what those EVH guitars were.
Yeah, yeah.
And I like the idea of doing some stuff that Eddie, like a little bit of the old stuff and a little bit of the new stuff. So, the classic paint scheme. I like the idea of using a conical or compound radius and stainless frets, not because I love those two things, but because that's what he wanted on his guitars. And yeah, it would have.
What? Oh, the wind.
The
I know,
wind
it's
is-
crazy.
Well, something's going on.
There we go.
It's happening. I would imagine you guys are probably getting really irritated by this. I know I
this
am.
is
You're
happens-
getting more irritated than they are.
Everybody, yeah. This has happened several times.
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
Not all the time.
So the I like the idea of a bridge humbucker and then just like a space, not nothing, but an actual hole for a humbucker with nothing in it in the neck position. I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm missing a lot of stuff here. Do a Challenger with all the wires exposed on the back. Don't forget the drop D on the Floyd. Yeah, Carl, somebody is sabotaging us. That's for sure. I'm sorry that this is happening, you guys. I thanks for staying with us as long as you have, and thanks for talking about the Eddie Van Halen guitar with us because I think it's an important project. So one other thing that we could do is if somebody really wanted a Texas Toast Eddie Van Halen guitar and they wanted to pre-order it, then they could they could kind of spec their own things. Yes, ma'am.
So there was discussion, a small discussion
Okay.
about using a concert shirt.
That's
and
a
I go
great
to
idea.
my old idea that nobody listens to. Wet
No, everyone has
t-shirt
listened to that
concert
idea.
shirt.
We just haven't done it yet. The idea of the so that's another thing is one of the things that Texas Toast is known for is doing fabric tops, and I think a Van Halen concert T-shirt would be awesome actually, and it would be a cool tribute, but without having like nothing but red, white, and black we could make the finish be a professional grade finish, not a spray can bicycle paint finish that gets worn off, and then a bunch of reflector things get put on it. Yeah. So what do you think of that, Chris?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
It's got to be. Would it be hard or easy to get a Van Halen concert T-shirt these days?
I don't know. It might be. I don't know.
Go to Hot Topic.
I'm not- I am not
next
cool
week,
enough.
Next week in Hot Topic, there's going to be.
The market will be flooded with that
Somebody
stuff.
has a concert shirt that they can't wear anymore, but they're not going to throw it away.
Doug says he might be up for the one and only Texas Toast tribute to Eddie Van Halen guitar. I think it's a neat thing. Yeah, so guys, I don't know if you guys got all this, but please go to the website, send me an email through. I don't know that that's going to yield anything.
Well,
better.
I mean, if
I
I
think
can-
we're back now. I think I don't.
Yeah, there we go.
Know.
No, we're not. There
Guys,
we are.
I am so sorry that this is happening again. We're in this weird. Something bizarre is happening, and maybe we should switch to the camera on the computer and do it that way.
No,
Yeah,
let's just
you
go.
could.
All right, let's
I don't,
let's keep.
I don't
going.
know that you can. I don't know that we can switch midstream.
Well, I don't think we can
That's the problem.
switch, but we
Don't
we
cross
can.
streams.
If it happens again, we're going to switch to the camera on my computer, and we're going to do it that way and see if that works any better.
Well, it's not going to change it. It's the service.
Well, I don't know.
So
What's
we
going
could
on.
switch it back to the normal service because right now I'm using Carrie Ann's new hotspot.
Okay,
It's not my hotspot.
it's business
Brand
toasty.
new. It's clean.
So, guys, let's see. Again, I'm so sorry this is going on. And there'll be a bunch of people who are Brad Ango fanboys who tell me that Brad is better at this than I am. So thank
Yeah.
you for that. But go to my website and send me an email with your thoughts on the Eddie Van Halen Texas Toast tribute, the Texas Toast Eddie Van Halen tribute guitar. What you guys think it would be a cool thing to see, stuff like that. And the reason I say to go through my website is because sometimes when I get just random emails, it goes to the spam folder. The stuff from the website goes to my regular email thing. And so flood my email with your ideas on the Eddie Van Halen Challenger or the Eddie Van Halen, whatever you think we should make. He had so many cool guitars, but that one is the most iconic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, there's so many cool things that it could have. There was a lot of people who said that that Van Halen really dug parts from Fender and parts from Gibson, and I'm kind of surprised that he never latched on to the Paul Reed Smith, which is almost a perfect melding of parts of Gibson and parts of Fenders, and there was an actual Eddie Van Halen, a prototype built by Paul Reed Smith, and it was a one pickup guitar, and it just didn't look totally rad. You know what I mean? It kind of looked there is a funny picture floating around of someone who took a Paul Reed Smith and did the red, white, and black stripes and yanked all the pickups out of it, and it's a carved top, and that's a really neat instrument, but that's not the official one. The official one has one pickup, it's angled, and I think it might have a Floyd, but it might not. If you guys know, let me know.
Yeah,
So.
I think eventually he wanted something that nobody else had, obviously, and that's why something like the PRS didn't go, was because it was still a PRS. It's still a
Okay.
PRS shape.
Yeah.
And when they started out with the
That's
Wolfgangs
true,
and all
yeah.
that, it was an all new redesign, and I was actually shocked when that guitar came out because it looked so much not like anything else he'd ever played.
What was the first one, the PV or the
Previous.
Music Man?
I think it was Music Man first,
Okay.
and then PV, and the Music Man thing didn't last very long. And then it was
Neither
PV.
one did, yeah.
And then it was
And then it was
EVH.
the EVH,
yeah
Fender parent
which is,
company,
I think,
EVH.
yeah, part of that. So yeah, and then they also brought back all the other iconic
That's true, yeah.
things, and I think too maybe the whole Super Strat thing was sort of starting to fade away, and so
It is me.
Oh, it is you?
Yeah, data.
Oh,
I
okay.
got in- Never mind.
we're using up all your data.
I'm not supposed to have a data limit.
Oh.
Oh, okay. So we are having some issues with
Yeah,
that. So,
so-
should I turn this off then, Carrie Ann?
No, it is what it is, right?
Okay.
Well, next time we'll go back to using my phone as
No, I'll just up my
the
shit.
spot.
Well, so guys, again, we're sorry about the whole live stream interference thing, but you guys are cool, and you know what's up. So, anyway, what how hard do you suppose it is to get Eddie Van Halen stuff right now?
Didn't Ike say that they sold a bunch of stuff? They had a couple of guitars, three.
That's right.
And
the
they were gone the next day.
good people at Flipside Music, the great. I really did. That was so cheesy a segue into Flipside Music.
I don't know what you're even talking about, Matt.
Flipside Music, the great American guitar store. Go down there and say hi to Ike and say hi to Dylan and say hi to Nico and tell them the guys from Texas Toast sent you. Ike stopped by the shop a couple of times this week to drop cases off, and he was saying that they're like almost completely sold out of stuff. So if you're looking for, but they've got a few. They've got one of the guitars. And they might have some pedal, like EVH pedals and things. I don't know if they have any of the amps left right now, but if you're looking for EVH gear, check out Flipside Music and tell them the guys at Texas Toast said, hey. So.
This all reminds me of my favorite Van Halen story.
Which is?
Years and years ago, I owned a paint company, and I loaded up three of the painters to go and take a look at a job that I wasn't quite sure how we were going to do. And one of them was this younger kid, and this was in the 90s.
Okay.
This was probably 94 or 95, probably 95. And this young kid, he was like 22, considered himself quite the bass player and quite the rock and roller. And, was always, well, my band's got this, my band's got that, da-da-da-da-da. So we all jump in my truck, and I fire up Van Halen 2.
Mm-hmm.
And for 20 minutes, because I think that album's about 20 minutes long. But anyway, the whole way there, we're just, rocking to Van Halen. And we get to the destination, and this kid says, "Who was that?" And the other two painters and myself go, "That's Van Halen."
Yeah.
You
This
don't
was
know
in the 90s?
You don't know Van Halen?
Wow.
Yeah. He's like, "No." It's like, yeah. There
Well,
you go. I'm
I hope that there
you
is-
need to do some homework if you're going to be a rocker.
I
buddy.
hope there is no one out there who
Where
can...
did this guy grow up?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was blown away
Like
because
under a
I was kind of a
rock?
late cover to the whole Van Halen thing.
Like
but
some isolated island that was just
Sure,
recently
yeah.
discovered.
yeah, I think
How
he was
weird.
a Quaker.
Quakers know Van Halen.
Quakers know Van Halen, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
So, Mrs. Toast, are we still going? Is there still action happening?
Oh, we got action.
Okay, what do we got? There's a small issue with our internet service right now. So, yeah, we're not at my house. We're at the shop. So, anyway, yes, ma'am. That you have to say it. No one can
There's
see this.
nothing. I got nothing.
Okay, all right.
No.
Well, so part of me says we got to do it, and part of me says
I'm against it.
why are you against it, Mrs.
The only way I would approve
Uh-huh.
is guess why? It's going to be a Challenger body
Yeah.
with the headstock
Yeah.
and a wet T-shirt Van Halen.
I
Concert shirt.
personally love the wet
That's
T-shirt
the only one I will go for.
Van Halen. What about
And I would like on the back when you stand it up,
Mm-hmm.
like the back. Remember, it used to list all the stops on the tour.
Yeah,
Boom, like the old Jersey style,
that would be cool.
On the back.
The downside to having the wet T-shirt on the front is all the good stuff's going to be occluded by the pieces.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is true.
It's like the staple in the centerfold. That's all.
I think
Did that ever stop you?
I
Did
think
the staple in the centerfold
pickups in the
ever
bridge
stop
are
you?
going to be more than a staple in the centerfold.
Not in the grand scheme. It's relative.
I think the wet T-shirt should be on the back.
is that what Jake Giles was talking about? Staple in my centerfold.
No.
No.
Well, I love the idea, and I think that something like that would be super cool, and maybe burst to a color that would work with the black, white, and red on the sides or something. That would be neat. Mm-hmm. So, well, Chris and I were kind of working through like, how could we make it not look? How could we make it look like something that we made? You look at it right away and you know the guys at Texas Toast built it, and but it doesn't look like we just ripped off the like, oh, we're gonna lay out these stripes exactly perfectly right. We just want to kind of cop a little bit of that flavor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And especially if like, well, that was only on the sides or something to kind of be a feature. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But not the main focal point of the whole thing. We got to get Mike Learn in on this. We've got to get Mike in on it.
On the boobs?
Yeah. We've got, and this actually, so you guys might not know this, but Mike and I were talking about a collaboration like exactly like this. And now that we have the kind of the tip of the iceberg of an idea, I think we get Mike into it. He could make this super cool with us. What do you think of that?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So if it's going to be a challenger,
There's been a couple comments about striping the neck.
ooh, that would be cool.
That would be cool.
That would be
actually
neat.
if you did the the fingerboard in Frankenstrat stripes, and then you could do all sorts of other stuff to the rest of the guitar.
I like that idea. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be interesting. That'd be fun.
I wonder how much Mike would be willing to paint stuff. Because part of
don't
it
know.
might just be like, okay, Mike, go crazy.
Yeah, maybe.
And yeah, at that point, I wonder if we should even make it a challenger, though. We got to call
I think
Mike.
it must be a challenger.
I like that idea. We got to get Mike in on the deal.
With not a hockey puck headstock.
A hockey puck headstock,
Or a hockey...
a black circle.
Hockey
I
puck.
guarantee you,
The hockey puck headstock. Yeah, the hockey stick.
it will not have a black circle headstock. It'll have the three on a side Texas Toast headstock.
Yes, absolutely.
If that meets with
Challenger
your
with a
approval.
Texas Toast headstock.
And like I say, I want to have maple with maple, which of course, if you're doing stripes all over it, you might not see that. But stainless frets and conical fretboard. What do you think of conical radius on that, Chris?
I think it's a horrible idea.
Well, I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that. But didn't you say Philip McKnight said I'm going to put a 12-inch radius on it because
There was comments about 12-inch radius. I don't know whether he said he was going to leave it at 12 or if he was going to do a 12 or whatever it was. Somebody said, LOL, 12-inch radius for shredding.
Yeah, you guys got to remember that you have to make sure you get the right Floyd if you have something other than a fixed radius all the way down. So the original Floyds were for a 10-inch radius. At the nut, you have a 10-inch locking piece, and at the bridge, you have a 10-inch radius bridge. You can get them different now, but yeah, for the most part, it's 10 and 12.
Yeah.
You have to go in and physically make things different.
The funny part about that, and the funny part about Eddie Van Halen in general, is I think Eddie would have sounded like Eddie no matter what guitar he played. And I think
Sure.
there's actually proof of that. And there's guys that have been trying to chase Eddie Van Halen and the Eddie Van Halen guitar and myth and all of that for decades, and it's you're not Eddie Van Halen, you can't do it. And you look at pictures of that Frankenstrat and of some of his others, and he was a constant tinkerer and a constant, but I don't think that actually added anything to the guitars. I think it probably took away something because he was somewhat ham-fisted in his
modification
technique.
He even said that.
And so you end up with this thing that he probably would have done better just going and finding another guitar, but he didn't want to do that.
But he's a seeker. He was always hacking stuff.
Well,
and
I think that's part of the artistic thing and the artistic bent that he had, but to try and recreate that stuff in search of some magical tone elixir is really, really funny. Because I'll bet you he could have gone to Guitar Center and pulled anything off the wall and made it sound like him.
Sure. Well,
You
yeah.
know?
Yeah, that's a classic example
So-
of tone is in the fingers.
Yeah,
not-
and he would have been. I think he liked to fuck with him because he liked to fuck with him.
There's a story where Ted Nugent played his guitar, and everyone said it just sounded like Ted Nugent playing it.
Well, yeah, and
So,
that happens over and over. I've seen that story multiple times from, Brian Setzer playing Stevie Ray Vaughan's guitar and all of this other stuff, and so I always think that's really funny that the secret was that switch in the middle position. No,
Yeah,
that was just a means to an end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't play with a
Was the
pick.
secret the other 8 holes in the guitar that had been stripped out? You know?
No, Eddie Van Halen played with a pick.
Well, I
He
remember
played
you
with
were
a steel pick.
That was he actually said that was one of his reasons that he thought he got throat cancer, wasn't it?
That's right. Yeah, that was it.
Was he held
And
him in his mouth, and that's the exact part where he got the cancer.
Cancer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's right.
What a bummer of a deal, man. That's
Well, yeah.
it's
it is.
not fun.
Nope.
No.
But I think that we could do something. I want to know what you guys think, and like I said, send me emails, you guys, because I want some backup for when people give me a bunch of grief for this. I want to be able to go, well, hey, I've got 100 emails from people telling me to do it. You know what I mean?
Like a petition.
Kind of a petition, yeah.
Hold it.
Yeah.
I got 100 signatures here. Said it seemed like a good idea to them.
Yeah, so I want you guys to send me emails through the
there's
website.
Still time to get it on the ballot.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, whether or not we're going to do it. And I'm not sure when we're going to start, but like I said, if we decide to do it, I think we're going to start fast. So I need to get a bunch of emails from you guys letting me know that it's okay to do and not a tacky thing that that isn't cool. Cuz I don't really know what my place in the guitar sphere is. I'm kind of always seeking an identity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know.
Yeah. So the Challenger is an identity that I have, and it kind of bums me out that people think it looks exactly like a Telecaster.
It really doesn't. I think it's
No, it
different
doesn't
on
look
the
anything
screen even than in person.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Because of the curves and stuff, especially.
I never once thought that it looked anything like any kind of Fender at all. I always thought it had more of a Gibson slant to it, but it doesn't look like a Gibson either.
Someone said it looked like a Telly and a Gibson had a baby.
Yeah, and that I get
So you took the
that,
best
but-
parts of both of those guitars and boom.
Yeah, but really not. Other than they're both single cut.
And
But-
nice and feel good and play well.
Yeah, but
we definitely wanted something that wouldn't be so unfamiliar to guitar players, and
Well,
I think we got
that's
it, so.
part of the deal, right? Is you can't go too much outside of the box. Guitar players are very, very traditional.
Yeah.
Traditionally.
Yeah.
In the shapes that they're willing to go for, and so you have to give them something that looks somewhat familiar, but just enough different that it doesn't look exactly like something else.
Yeah.
And I thought that you did a really good job with that with the Challenger, and then people are like, "So is this like your Telly?" No, it's got a round butt. Fender stuff all
It
has
has a
flat
square
butts.
ass.
I remember
Yeah.
the day that I had everybody come over and look at a bunch of designs, and they all
and the
drew a bunch
paper,
of
it was
stuff.
like one of those restaurants where they put the paper and the
Yeah.
crayons down.
Yeah.
Like here, draw.
And guys were drawing stuff, and at the end of the day, I'm like, none of this is worth a crap. And I just got a brand new clean sheet, and I just started, and I worked at it, and I wanted, I knew what I in my head what I wanted, and everything was getting more and more offset, and I knew I wanted a little bit of offset, but I didn't want very much, and I think I landed on something that's okay.
Yeah,
You know,
I like it. And the more of them that we make, the more that people trust us
Mm-hmm.
to make them a good guitar, the more that people like the Challenger.
Someone had told me once that it was exactly like a guitar that they made.
Oh yeah?
And I'm like, that's not, well, I didn't copy. If you knew how long it took me to come up with it, yeah, it's not, I didn't just get a picture from your catalog and start making it.
Well, and every time that, we do the design from within,
Yeah.
create your own creation.
Yeah.
And you start drawing, it reminds you of something, whether it looks exactly like it
Sure.
or it doesn't. They always remind you of something. Oh, that looks a little like a Rickenbacker. Oh, that's
Mm-hmm.
hey, I think that's a silhouette. and you're like, well, no,
Yeah.
that's not what I want at all. And then you go back and change it
Yeah.
because you don't like whatever that thing slightly reminds somebody
That's
else
true.
of.
It's kind of like being a
You know?
writer. You
Yeah.
write what you know, but then you're
Uh-huh.
like, oh, I don't want to bring
Yeah,
that
and then
up.
you erase and you do this, and
Yeah.
you're like, well, no, that looks even more like what I didn't want it to look
Yeah.
like, and you erase that, and yeah.
Like, you really want to the problem with guitar is there it's hard to really step outside the box and do something that is never ever been done before and accepted by
Yeah,
everybody at the
yeah.
NAMM show.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing, so people, design clothing all the time, and they try and come up with different things, but nobody puts 3 arms on a jacket and goes, well, what do you mean? It's completely different. No, because it doesn't. Guitars at the end of the day, you still have to hold it. You still have to,
Yeah.
be able to maybe sit with it and stand with it.
Yeah.
It has to feel right. It can't be too outside.
You know what's so funny?
the-
Like
the
you kind of just
norms.
like touched on the hater maker.
We said
We
3
have 3
arms.
necks.
Yeah.
and maybe that's
Who
part
needs
of the
this?
problem.
Yeah, I do need it.
Yeah, I do need it because I need to rotate this jacket a third of a turn and wear it
Nice.
this way. Yeah, I need the opening to be over here.
So I have a pensive comment
Okay.
from Andy Mandia.
Hey, Andy.
You can't imagine things you've never seen.
Well,
Boom.
yeah, that's sort of like the
You meld together all
who's
the
that,
things
like a Gandhi, I think Gandhi, you said that everything's impossible until somebody does it. And yeah, you really want to, though. You want to show off your own style and your own, there are some things that you can't hide who you are. And when you say, I have a blank sheet of paper, go ahead and make a guitar that is all your own. Jesse's very good at letting everyone know what his style is. And you and I are less good at it, Chris, because we have to like go, well, what do you want us to make for you? Because we have to pay bills with guitar building. You know what I mean? So as soon as you start building guitars for money, there's that whole, well, I want a exact copy of a this, okay, and you make it.
Well,
Or-
and then you start seeing patterns in that stuff. Mm-hmm. So then you start
People
thinking,
like this, they want this.
Yeah, they want this, they want that. So when I make my own, I'm going to incorporate some of that. I'm going to use some of the colors. I'm going to use some of the shapes. I'm gonna
Yeah.
use,
Some of the feels,
yeah,
the contours.
and
that's
so-
something that, like, bring it all full circle to the Eddie Van Halen thing. That guy had his own everything. You know what I mean? I'm sure he had influences too, but in 2020, it's really hard to recognize what those influences. And it's and like in 1978, it was like, oh my God, paradigm shift. And so
yeah.
I have not seen a paradigm shift in guitars since the mid 80s. Have you? What was the last
No.
guitar that you saw that was like, I can't believe that's, look how awesome that is?
Well, I couldn't even tell you when the
Okay.
last time I saw something I was like, oh, I gotta have that.
The like I said, I think the Paul Reed Smith design is so, that's the last one that I remember that it was like, whoa, everybody wants that. It's cool.
Everybody wants some.
It's a perfect melding of classics, but it's got its own thing, and and now everybody plays them.
Yeah.
I mean, there's lots of guitars before that, but like, I mean, I guess at some point it's where the modifications that are made to be a specific tool for a specific user are the only paradigm shifts that we have available to us now. And if you start with nothing, then you're more likely to get something wildly cool and completely unheard of. But if you go, I really like Explorers, okay, boom, you're already on the track of the kind of pointy thing with the the big deal and the head. You can change the headstock; it's still an Explorer. You can make one of the horns a little different, and you can shrink it, and it's still. So yeah, as soon as you go, I don't care what it is. I got a complete blank slate. Then that's really the only way that you can get something that's totally new and unique and cool. Now, having said that, there's nothing wrong with the classics. You know what I mean? We talked about how popular our Build a Classic Tele class is. The reason that the Build a Classic Tele class is so popular is because,
Tellies are cool.
yeah, and they'll always be cool.
Yeah.
You know what else is cool?
What's that?
Texas toast.
That's right.
That's
That's
cool.
cool.
That's
By the
cool.
way, guys, the October Build a Classic Tele class is sold out. We're not taking any new. I haven't put it on the website yet, but you can't get into that anymore. If you want to do that one, there's one in February. There's a Build a Classic Strat class in November. That would be fun. So if you want to build a class,
And it happens in the week of Matt's
that's
50th
right.
birthday.
That's right. The Build a Classic Strat first time ever class this November happens on my birthday week. So you can hang out with me on my birthday.
It's his
Spank
birthday
Matt.
year. You should be buying
Yeah.
him drinks all the time.
Yeah,
And they are.
yeah.
They're
Yeah.
cool.
So we've got a bunch of classes coming up, guys. If the Build a Classic Telly was something you really wanted to do this October, I'm sorry, but there's more of those coming.
There's
up.
more of them coming. It's every 3 months that class
Yeah.
happens right
So, but Tellys are always going to be cool, and you can't take anything away from them. You know,
now. No.
it's a cheeseburger and fries always going to be good. Yeah,
It's the perfect guitar to learn how to build a guitar with.
it absolutely.
Yeah.
Is, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else, Chris? The EVH thing, the whole screen getting dicked up really.
Yeah, it kinda throws
really
things
kind of
off a little
through
bit.
our flow. Yeah.
I know, I suck. I
we
feel
got
like
it
I
fixed.
lost my
Well, you know,
boner.
it's new technology, and you
Yeah.
never know how. I mean, it could have gone worse. It could have stopped. And,
Yeah, immediately,
Told us
yeah.
to go away.
Yeah.
It
The
could've
worst
fat-fingered
possible
to
like
start
face
again.
shots of
Yeah.
both of you too. That would have been awesome.
Yeah, frozen for half an hour while we tried to figure
See, I
out-
don't live in fear of that at all.
No, you don't. No.
Yeah.
I really do like the idea of, because I really think because, you know, the ass on the Challenger compared to the Telly, it's like a horse square ass.
Uh huh.
Yours is like bodacious. It's like Betty Page.
It's
but-
Zoftic.
Yeah, that's why I want Mike to make the contours, and then you put the wet T-shirt over it, and boom, there you go. Enough said.
Well, we're going to contact Mike Learn. And so, okay, so let's wrap it up. Finally, if you guys think that the EVH, I know that everybody that's still watching has already heard this, but in the off chance that you're just now joining us, if you would like Texas Toast to build an EVH tribute guitar and you want us to get Mike Learn in on the action, I think we can do that.
Go to his YouTube page.
But I need to hear from you. So go to our website, send me an email through the website so that I can save all the emails. And if you guys don't want, if you don't think it's a good idea, tell me that too. And we may or we may not, right? But if you guys, if it's like almost unanimous that you guys think it's an awesome thing that we should do, we will get Mike Learn in on the act. Send me an email. I'm gonna save them all because I know I'm gonna get new hate mail from people for this. Just because it's me and I get hate mail for everything I do. But send me an email and we'll make it happen if you guys think that's a good idea. And we'll get Mike Learn on it too. Mike especially loves the idea of the wet T-shirt thing that Mrs. Toast came up with. So anyway,
I
what
think
else,
a
Chris?
headstock should be the stripes.
Well, there's all sorts of ideas. Some of your ideas too, guys, for what you think ought to have stripes or wet T-shirt or boobs or I don't know, whatever you think it ought to be. In great detail. The more detail, the better, right, Chris?
Yes.
Well,
Maybe a college thesis.
no.
Perhaps.
No, but see, because this happens all the time. People are like, "Hey, I want a cool guitar and I want blah blah blah," and I'm like, well, "You kind of glossed over a bunch of details there."
You're not saying wordy. You're saying like specifics.
Yeah.
This pickup, this bridge. This.
Yeah. There's a big difference between getting the whole message across and between brevity and haste. Tell me what you want succinctly or what you think it ought to be in as few words as you can. But don't leave out a bunch of shit just because you don't think I want to. I'll read them all. You know what I mean? I'll send them to Chris. He can read them all too.
Did you have a thesaurus for lunch?
What do you mean?
North?
A thesaurus.
Why? Why do you
for
say that?
lunch. You're like succinct and brevity and succinctly. It was really impressive.
I am a stupid dummy, and
You are a wordsmith.
I am
You
not
are,
a
you
word.
are, you
I
are.
no. I am. No. You've never met anyone stupider than me. So yeah.
Every sentence you said today, somebody else has said before you.
Sure, probably. Yeah. Yep. There you go.
Like Chris in South Park.
I like stuff too.
I like stuff too.
Oh, there you go.
Well, are you upset? But
No.
okay.
Why?
Well, I don't know. You seem like you're like,
No, I don't have anything to add to any of this. So,
Why
I
not?
just sit here and shake my head. Yeah.
okay. Well, I
That
just want to
sounds
make sure
good.
everything's cool.
Yeah, everything's on.
I didn't upset you.
No.
I wasn't trying to.
No, you didn't upset me.
Okay,
why
good.
Why would you have upset
I'm
me?
not trying to. I'm not trying to. I gave you a cool new nickname,
Yeah.
What's
which
the
is
new name?
awesome,
The
by
White
the way.
Knight of Coors Light.
The White Knight of Coors Light. That's rad as
yeah.
fuck.
Uh-huh.
It really is.
It was, I called it the Dark Knight because it was a Batman thing, but yeah, I should have, the White Knight.
Yeah, Dark Knight, Black Knight,
Yeah.
White Knight,
The Blue Knight.
Blue Knight,
I don't know what
Pink
color it
Knight.
is.
The more words that
the
rhyme all together,
Caucasian
the
Knight
better.
of
The
Coors
super
Light.
cool Knight of Coors Light. I couldn't think of any royal terms that rhymed with Silver Bullet or anything. But if you guys know, let me know.
Silver Bullet.
So
That
let's
was
wrap it
very
up.
Seussical, by the way.
Yes. So, guys, let me know what you think. Thanks for joining us. It kind of devolved into this weird thing. I don't know why, but you know, they can't all be home runs. Make sure to join us on Thursday for our guitar building and repair Q&A, where we take all your questions and try to answer them to with as much detail as we possibly can, as quickly as we possibly can. I like to keep that one going. I like
And
to have lots of. Yeah.
if you don't have a question, come and watch us knock it out of the park with every answer.
That's right.
It's a little like watching Jeopardy, but we know all the answers.
People are going
all
to
the
like try to
questions.
stump the
I know
guitar.
that's kind of what
builders.
I'm expecting. The good part is I'm the moderator. I get to ask the questions. So if there's a question that I don't know the
Okay.
answer to,
All right.
They're
sorry.
going to answer your questions as fuck.
Yeah. We're going to make your questions our bitch.
That's exactly right.
All right, guys. Have a great week. This is Matt at Texas Toast reminding you that if you're so smart, build it yourself. Thanks to Mrs. Toast for helping out. Thanks to Chris, the White Knight of Coors Light. We'll see you in a few days. Thanks for watching. You guys take care.